So, I went to a karate tournament on this weekend. What a surprise, right? What a surprise. Well, this year karate tournament, see, it's extra special. You know why? Basically, it's the Stanley Cup playoffs of our karate season. The 5 schools from British Columbia, they all get together and they compete, and they got a bunch of students. And for every student that wins a medal for their school gets some points, and the school with the most points at the end gets a big trophy. But it's not a big trophy anymore, it's a regular sized trophy. But now they also get to keep a little trophy. But seriously though, for 30 years, there was a trophy that was this big. It was really cool. It's really fun because we're all doing the same style of karate, so it's really easy for kids to figure out what other kids are doing because it's familiar to them. They know that orange belt is probably gonna do the same thing that they're doing as an orange belt, which is nice. It makes it really accessible. Except when you're a black belt, something funny happens. I don't really like it, and I want to talk about that today because I think it's funny and I don't like it. After black belt, there are 4 katas you can learn. There's one that you have to do at first degree, second degree, third degree, and fourth degree. Now, the degrees matter a little bit less when you're learning how to do them for competition, so I know them anyway, even though I'm only a second degree black belt. What's that? Sorry, what? But there's a rule at Battle of the Dojos. That's what this event is called. It's called Battle of the Dojos. Where if you're not a second degree black belt, you can't do the third or fourth degree black belt katas. You're only limited to the first and second ones. But a lot of people on our tournament team, and even myself a while ago, had been practicing these other 2 because they're really nice. And the reason for us not being able to do them? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know why we can't do it. It doesn't even make any sense. Again, it goes back to even playing field. When you're a second degree black belt, you've been a black belt for a minimum of a couple years. When you're a first degree black belt, you could have got your first degree black belt a month ago. You might not know even the first or second degree black belt kata, so how could you know the third and fourth one? They took me a long time to get up to this one. The argument I keep hearing is that these performances are just too difficult and too crazy and require too much time to learn, and so it makes it unfair for the newer black belts in the division. And on the surface, absolutely, that makes sense. Except I kind of feel like if there are people on the tournament team, or people who go to competitions in general, or people who have been doing the first and second degree ones long enough that they know the third and fourth, they're probably already really good. So they're still probably going to win, right? I don't think it's snatching the gold medal out of the hand of the beginner black belt. They're gonna win anyway. At other competitions, when you're a black belt, you can do whatever kata you want. You could do the white belt one, or you could do the 11th degree black belt one if you know it. That's up to you. It's not, I don't know how to describe it. If a kata is like a race car, you know, it doesn't matter how fast your race car goes so much. If every race car is pretty close to every other race car, it really comes down to how good the driver is. I just don't get it. I honestly feel that if anything, it would promote competition and it would make competition more exciting and fun. The kid who went out there when he first got his black belt and saw this guy do super impe and kill it, he's gonna be like, wow, how do I learn that? Well, it turns out you gotta stick with it for a long time, Billy. And if you stick with it for a long time and you work really hard, maybe if you join the tournament team, Billy, you'll get to learn that one. It gives them like a goal, like, whoa, I've never seen that one before. I want to do that. How do I get there? They start asking their sensei. They start asking their senior instructors. How come he knows that one? When do I learn that one? Oh, well, you got to learn this one and this one and this one first. Oh, it takes a couple years. Oh, well, that's great. Well, okay, yeah, I want to stick with it because I really want to learn that cool kata. And then maybe they join the tournament team because they just get so into it. And then it turns out they get to learn even cooler kata and do those at other competitions, right? And then they make friends in the tournament team and from outside from other schools and from places that they're competing. Seriously, I feel it can only benefit. Why are we not allowed to do all the performances? I just don't get it. Maybe what they could do is, if people want to do those crazy katas, they could sign up for the intermediate kids elite division, where you can do whatever you want, or the black belt elite division, where you can do whatever you want. And there's a reasonable expectation that competition will be a little bit more tough. It's an opt-in, opt-out thing, and it allows divisions to still happen, and it still makes it accessible for other people who've never tried tournaments before. There are solutions that are not so limiting, like the elite thing I suggested. That's a good idea. We should try that. You know, we should try doing something maybe a little bit different. We should try doing, too bad that the guy who's in charge, too bad I have no way to communicate with that guy who's in charge of that stuff. It's really too bad that I don't know who's the boss, and too bad that he can't hear anything about this. Sorry, they can't hear anything about this. The best part about this tournament every year is not winning or losing or whatever. It is definitely getting to see the friends you make in your division, because when you go up in belts, they tend to also go up in belts, and you tend to see them at other competitions too if they're competitive like that. And I think that's pretty cool that we get to keep up with each other, and we always get to see how much everyone else is improving, and we get to always test out each other's technique, and like, they're just good people. I'm glad I got to see them. Okay, rant over, goodbye, see you later.
All right, ready? Ready?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, ow.
Ow.